So I grew up in a Christian home, but like a lot of people, when high school came around, I kind of, I wouldn't say I like rejected Jesus, but I kind of just got bored of Jesus. That kind of went on through high school and college. I was on my way back to Seattle where I was going to school and just feeling terrible from a long weekend, just feeling kind of ashamed of what I had done. And for some reason I randomly decided to put on a church podcast. They were teaching on marriage. And I just remember kind of having this moment of I wouldn't say it was like an intense spiritual experience or anything. It was really just a moment of clarity of like, here I am in my car, just feeling ashamed of the way I'd behaved that weekend. And then just seeing this other picture of this Christian couple, just exuding joy and love and just realizing like, that's the life I want to pursue. Immediately knew I had to stop using hard drugs. Like that was easy. I was ready to give that up. The thing I wasn't ready to let go of, and I kind of just told Jesus no. I was like, no, I'm not letting go. For me, it was smoking weed. Like I just wasn't ready to let it go. That went on for years of like, I was all in for Jesus, but still smoking weed every single day. And I would say it just made me feel like a bad Christian. Like I knew God loved me. It just made me feel like he probably just didn't think very highly of me. Like it's easy for us to accept he loved me in like this covenant sense, but to feel like, okay, he's like my father and he's proud of me. I just didn't really feel that. Eventually I was able to stop smoking weed. And the thing I guess that kind of surprised me was those feelings of inadequacy didn't really go away. Just kind of accept that we're always going to have sin in our lives. And I feel like if you have an addiction or a really pressing sin in your life, you're tempted to think like, okay, once I get this sorted out, everything is going to like change. I'm going to like, that's what I thought. Like I'm going to evolve into like Christian 2.0. And that's just not what happened. I got rid of one addiction and found I still had sin in my life and it hurts. Like, I feel like when we have sin, we have to acknowledge like, it hurts. Sometimes I look at the mistakes I've made and it's like, ow, it hurts. And a lot of times I feel like I don't accept myself because of what I've done. Just trying to trust that God sees my sin and he accepts me. And I would just say, if you're listening to this and you are struggling with an addiction of some form, that's what I would encourage you to do is stop making the focus of your life on like, gotta stop, I have to stop. That just endless cycle of just feeling like a moral failure. So I would encourage you just to get into God's presence as much as you can. God will transform you as you repent, as you come into his presence. And you just have to trust that even in the midst of your sin, that he likes you, even when it can be hard to like yourself. He does like you, he does love you, and you can trust him to transform you.